Welcome to Breaking Ties, Is Divorce the Answer? This is your go-to source for practical advice and support when considering if a divorce is the right answer for you. Join us each weekday for a quick chat where we'll uncover a variety of topics such as child custody, property division, and self-care. Together, we'll explore the emotional, financial, and legal aspects of divorce and help you find the best path forward for you and your family. Here is your host and Certified Divorce Financial Analyst professional, Mike Fulkerson.
Hello and welcome back to Breaking Ties, Is Divorce the Answer? I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. And, we're going to get into a topic today that, really carries significant emotional weight in the divorce. And that's who gets the family home. As you are considering the possibility of a divorce, the fate of the family home becomes a pivotal decision. So we're going to explore the factors to consider when addressing this complex aspect of property division through the divorce process. Now, it's important to acknowledge that the fate of the family home does vary based on individual circumstances and jurisdictional laws. In many cases, the family home is considered marital property and subject to division. However, there are specific rules that can differ. So it's important to understand the legal implications where you reside. And, once you get past the legal side of things, then you move over to kind of the emotional side of things. And, the family home often holds sentimental value for both spouses, especially if it's where children were raised. So recognizing and acknowledging these emotional ties really is an important aspect of navigating the decision-making process. Now, while emotional attachment is significant, it is essential to assess the financial practicality of actually just keeping the family home and staying in it, really. Consider the mortgage payments, property taxes, maintenance costs, and other associated expenses. I mean, sometimes it's just not feasible for either spouse to stay in the home. Now, in some cases, spouses may choose to sell the family home and divide the proceeds. This approach provides a clean break and allows for both parties to establish new residences and move forward with financial independence. If one spouse does wish to keep the home, then a buyout can be considered. I mean, this involves really one spouse compensating the other for their share of the home's value. And valuation of the property is pretty crucial in this, aspect in determining a fair buyout amount. Now, when children are involved, the decision about the family home becomes even more complex. It really does. Maintaining stability for the kids is often a priority, and factors such as school districts and proximity to each parent's new residence should really be taken into an account. So, the family home is just one piece of the property division puzzle. So, when you negotiate, we want to, do it with an understanding of the overall property division, not just the house as an individual. So consider how other assets and debts are being divided so we can ensure that a fair and equitable overall settlement takes place. Engaging in some legal and financial professional advice can really provide valuable insights and support in making informed decisions. I mean, really, you want to make a smart choice here. And legal advice is critical to navigate, the legal complexities, while the financial expertise, ensures that decisions align with your long-term and short-term financial goals. When you're looking at the family home, really open and honest communication between spouses is vital. I mean, understanding each other's priorities, concerns, and financial capabilities can help in reaching a more amicable resolution. And, you're going to need to prepare for the emotional impact of the decision, whether you decide to sell the family home or one spouse keeps it. The emotional implications really can be significant. Be prepared for a range of emotions and seek emotional support if needed. So wrapping up this episode, deciding who gets the family home in a divorce involves, lots of careful consideration. You got to look at the legal, the financial, the emotional factors. By navigating these complexities, with the care and also seeking professional guidance when necessary, you can make decisions that set the foundation for the next chapter of your life. I'd like to thank you for joining me on this episode of Breaking Ties. Is Divorce the Answer? Should you have any questions on today's topic or any other financial planning issues, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is in the description. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. And with that, have a great day. Hello, and welcome back to Breaking Ties. Is Divorce the Answer? I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. And today we want to look at that divorce team and who's on it. And we're going to focus primarily on the role of a financial advisor. As you navigate the complexities of divorce, the question arises, should you have a financial advisor on your divorce team? Let's explore the reasons why this professional might be a valuable asset during this very challenging time. Firstly, it's essential to recognize that divorce involves intricate financial decisions that really can have lasting effects and consequences if not done properly. A financial advisor brings expertise to you and help you navigate these complexities and make informed choices about your financial future. A financial advisor can assist in assessing your current financial situation. This includes a comprehensive review of assets, liabilities, income, and expenses. Understanding your financial landscape lays the foundation for strategic decision making throughout the divorce process. Budgeting is also a key aspect of post-divorce financial planning. A financial advisor can help you create a realistic budget that considers your individual needs and financial goals. This ensures that you have a clear understanding of your financial requirements moving forward. Understanding tax implications of divorce is pretty important. A financial advisor can provide insights into the tax consequences of various financial decisions, helping you optimize your financial situation and minimize potential tax liabilities. Asset division can be complex. A financial advisor can assist in evaluating the potential long-term impact of different asset division scenarios. This includes considerations of the tax implications, liquidity of assets, and their alignment with your overall financial goals. Navigating spousal maintenance and child support discussions requires a deep understanding of financial numbers. A financial advisor can help assess the financial implications of support arrangements, ensuring that they align with your needs and financial capabilities. Now, planning for the future is pretty important. A financial advisor is able to assist in developing a financial strategy that considers your long-term goals, retirement plans, and investment strategies. This forward-looking approach provides a roadmap for your financial well-being beyond just getting the divorce. So, having a financial advisor on your divorce team can contribute to more informed negotiations. With a clear understanding of your financial situation and goals, you are better equipped to make decisions that align with your interest during settlement discussions. Emotional support is part of the package as well. Going through a divorce, as we know, is emotionally challenging, and a financial advisor can provide a stabilizing presence, offering support and guidance during the process. This ensures that your financial decisions are made with a clear and focused mindset. In conclusion, the inclusion of a financial advisor on your divorce team can be a strategic move to navigate the intricate financial landscape of divorce. Their expertise ensures that you make well-informed decisions and set the foundation for your financial well-being post-divorce. I want to thank you for joining me on this episode of Breaking Ties. Is Divorce the Answer? Should you have any questions on this topic or other financial planning issues, please feel free to reach out to me. Call, email. My contact information is in the description. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. Take care. Hello, and welcome back to Breaking Ties Is Divorce the Answer? I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. And today we're going to talk about a topic that, really carries significant emotional and financial weight, and that's property division. So, as you consider the possibility of divorce, it's important to keep several key considerations in mind when it comes to dividing assets. We're going to go ahead and explore these considerations today. Now, let's start with, it's pretty critical to understand that property division can vary depending on your jurisdiction. Different states or countries have different laws regarding the division of marital assets. You're going to have to familiarize yourself with the specific regulations that apply to your situation. And, before entering into any discussions about property division, we're going to have to create a list of, that's comprehensive of all the marital assets and probably categorizing them as well. Now, this includes things like real estate, financial accounts, investments, personal property, and any other significant assets you and your spouse may own. We're going to, want to consider the distinction between separate and marital property. So generally, assets acquired before marriage or through inheritance or gifts during the marriage may be considered separate property and may not be subject to division. Understanding this distinction is important to ensuring a fair and equitable division. Now, accurate valuation of the assets is going to play an important role in fair distribution. I mean, seek professional help if you need to, such as appraisers for real estate or financial experts for investment accounts, to ensure that the assets are valued correctly. We're going to, be mindful of the debts that are there as well, because property division isn't just about assets. So, any debt acquired during the marriage is also subject to division. Includes things like loans, mortgages, credit card debts. So assessing and allocating debt is an integral part of achieving a balanced financial outcome. And, certain assets may have tax consequences. So consulting with a tax professional to understand the potential liabilities with regards to taxes associated with, specific asset transfers, you got to be informed. Otherwise, you could end up with a, tax bill that you weren't even thinking about. So we're going to want to prioritize the needs and goals during property division negotiations. So understanding what matters most to you, whether it's retaining the family home, securing financial assets, or something else all entirely. It's going to help you guide the negotiation, and set up, your priorities. We may need to explore some creative solutions. I mean, property division doesn't always have to follow the traditional path. Consider alternative arrangements, such as trading assets, to achieve a more mutually satisfying outcome. If you like something and your ex-spouse likes something, then maybe you each keep those and call it good. So creative solutions can lead to a win-win scenario for both parties. We're going to want to factor in also kind of like what's going to happen with the asset in the future. I mean, immediately we kind of know what it's all about, but we want to consider the long-term financial impact of any decisions. How will the division of assets influence your financial stability, retirement plans, and overall financial well-being once the divorce is finalized? And you may want to seek outside assistance, of the legal and financial professionals, because they can provide clarity, ensure that you're well informed throughout the property division process. Their expertise can really guide you in making decisions that align with your best interest. Knowledge is power. And I want to thank you for joining me today on this episode of Breaking Ties Is Divorce the Answer? Should you have any questions on today's topic or financial planning issues in general, I'm always happy to help. My contact information's in the description. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. And with that, have a great day. Hi, and welcome back to Breaking Ties is Divorce the Answer. I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. And today we are going to get into a topic that's, extremely important to parents, and that is the well being of your children. When contemplating divorce, it's essential to be mindful of potential issues that can arise for kids. Let's explore what aspects you should watch for when considering a divorce. We're going to start with pay attention to changes in behavior. Children may express their distress through behavioral changes such as withdrawal, aggression, or regression in behaviors they've outgrown. We want to monitor shifts in their emotional responses to daily activities and interactions. Academic performance is another critical indicator. A sudden decline in school performance or changes in their attitude towards school may be a sign that your child is struggling with the emotional impact of your relationship dynamics. We're going to want to watch for signs of emotional distress. Children may not always verbalize their feelings, but they might exhibit signs of anxiety, sadness, or mood swings. Keep an open line of communication and create a safe space for them to express their emotions. Changes in sleep patterns can be indicative of underlying stress. If your child is experiencing difficulties falling asleep, nightmares, or changes in sleep duration, it may signal emotional distress related to the family situation. We would just want to be cognizant of that. Perhaps they become clingy or increased separation anxiety is something we want to keep an eye out for. Children may seek more reassurance and closeness during challenging times. Conversely, they may exhibit withdrawal and a reluctance to engage in activities they once enjoyed. We want to be attuned to the child's relationship with both parents. If you notice changes in how your child interacts with you or your spouse, it's important to explore the reasons behind these shifts. Open communication with both parents is key to understanding their perspectives. Children often internalize parental conflicts. If they witness frequent arguments or tension between parents, they may blame themselves for the discord. We want to keep an eye out for signs of self-blame or guilt expressed by your child. We're also going to want to monitor their physical health. Stress and emotional turmoil can manifest in physical symptoms such as headaches, stomach aches, or even changes in appetite. Regular check ins with your child about their physical well being can provide insights into their emotional state as well. We want to pay attention to any signs of substance use or risky behaviors, especially in older children and teenagers. Emotional distress may lead some adolescents to experiment with substances as a coping mechanism. And as we know, this is not a good path to go down. If your child has a close relationship with a therapist or counselor, it would be good to seek their input. Professionals working with your child can provide valuable insights into their emotional well-being and any challenges they may be facing. And lastly, we want to consider the impact on their social relationships. Changes at home can affect a child's ability to form and maintain friendships. We want to watch for signs of social withdrawal or difficulties in peer interactions. Wrapping up, when considering a divorce, it's critical to prioritize the well-being of your children. By staying attuned to their emotional and behavioral cues, you can better understand their experiences and make decisions that contribute to their overall health and happiness. I'd like to thank you for joining me on this episode of Breaking Ties Is Divorce the Answer? Should you have any questions on today's topic or other financial planning issues, I'm always here to help. My contact information is in the description. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. And with that, have a good day. Hello, and welcome back to Breaking Ties Is Divorce the Answer? I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. And we're going to get into a topic today that's, pretty common that, comes up during divorce proceedings, and that is who pays for the attorneys. So, as you navigate the complexities of divorce, understanding the financial aspects, including legal fees, is probably pretty significant. So, we're going to explore the considerations around the payment of attorney fees during a divorce. Now, it's important to note that the responsibility for attorney fees can vary based on jurisdiction and individual circumstances. In some cases, each party may be responsible for covering their own legal expenses, while in others, the court may decide on a different arrangement. Financial, capacity is really a key factor. The ability of each spouse to cover their attorney fees plays a significant role in determining who actually does the paying. If one spouse has significantly higher financial resources than the other, the court may order them to contribute to the other parties, let's say the other spouse's legal expenses. Now, temporary orders are issued at times. In some cases, the court may issue temporary orders to address immediate financial needs during the divorce process. This could include temporary spousal maintenance or an order for one spouse to contribute to the other's attorney fees. Negotiations and agreements can be reached. Spouses can negotiate and reach agreements outside of the court regarding the payment of attorney fees. This is acceptable. It may involve one party agreeing to cover a portion or the entirety of the other party's legal expenses as part of the overall settlement. Now, there are legal aid and pro bono services as options. If financial resources are limited, individuals may explore whether a legal aid or pro bono services provided by legal professionals who offer their expertise at reduced or no cost for those in need. Now, considerations for the higher earning spouse, if one spouse has significantly higher earnings and financial resources, they may be more likely to bear the burden of attorney fees for both parties. This is often seen as a measure to level the playing field and ensure fair representation. We want to make sure we're keeping track of things, so documentation is pretty important. Whatever the arrangement, it's always critical to document any agreements regarding the payment of attorney fees. Clear documentation helps avoid misunderstandings and ensures both parties are aware of their responsibilities. So it is advisable for both spouses to seek independent legal advice, though, to make sure they understand their risks and responsibilities regarding attorney fees. Legal professionals can provide guidance based on the specific laws and regulations applicable to their situation. Now, in conclusion, the payment of attorney fees during a divorce is kind of a nuanced matter that depends on various factors, including financial capacity, jurisdictional laws, and negotiation between spouses. Seeking clarity on the issue early in the process helps both parties plan accordingly. I'd like to thank you for joining me on this episode of Breaking Ties, Is Divorce the Answer? Should you have any questions on today's topic or other financial planning issues, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is in the description. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. And with that, have a great day.
We want to thank you for listening to this episode of Breaking Ties, Is Divorce the Answer? With Mike Fulkerson. For questions, please reach out to Mike via email in the description or give him a shout at 630-444-1410. And remember to subscribe, like, and follow.